She did. Hey everyone, it is Mr. Canfield. So I decided I'm going to make this a 3-part video, and just to help you digest it a little bit. So what I would say is before you start a new part, make sure you've gone through and get the previous part. So here we go, part 2. It says write an equation in point slope form. Ooh, point slope form. Remember that was our y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1. Also, I have my chat up over here because I need to keep an eye on my current class. So this first one says our point is negative 9, 7. Remember that negative 9 comma 7 goes x comma y. So negative 9 is our x, so it's going to be x minus negative 9. But instead of writing x minus negative 9, remember minus a negative is the same as a plus. So we need to say x plus a 9. And that'll be y minus 7. And my m, it says, is 4. So I should be able just to go in and write y minus 7 is equal to 4 parentheses x minus 9. Nope, plus 9. We said plus. And that should work. Excuse me. So this is another one, same idea, and I can jump straight there, right? Y minus my y value. Let's see, my y value is the second one here. Ooh, y minus negative 9, so it's going to be plus 9 again, equals my m, which is 1/5, times x minus my negative 7, so plus 7. Oh, and it did the thing again, right? If we check, we're wrong because of a formatting problem. So when we're in this fraction, we have to use the arrow keys or something else to get ourselves out of it. So, one of the key things we had for point slope form was the opposite, right? This had to do with the opposite. All right, so now we're going to do a point slope form, but they give us a picture instead of the numbers. Well, wait, no, they still give us the numbers here. It goes through negative 1 comma 3. So I already know it's going to be y minus 3. We just have to figure out our slope, and then it's going to be x minus negative 1, so x plus 1. So we just got to figure out what our slope is. So let's grab this guy, El Zoomerino, and count this slope out. So let's see, here's one, no, no, oh, here's another one, no, no, here's another one, okay. So let's see, if I count my rise over run, it's going down, so 1, 2, 3, it's a negative 3, and over 1, so negative 3 over 1. And remember, our calculator can simplify this if we don't know how to do it by hand, but this is just negative 3. Let me show you what happens if you try to type a fraction that's not simplified. Over 1. Although your answer is equal to the correct answer, it is not in the correct form. I really, really don't like that line. Correct form. This is the correct form, what we wrote. They don't say that an unsimplified answer is correct. So now that is in simplest form, they should really say it's not in simplest form. Let's see. All right. Point slope form, now we're given 2 different points. So I want to show you all the ways we can do this. Well, one way is we can say y is minus 3 is equal to something times x minus 3, right? And we just got to find the slope. Another way, we could actually, so that was me using the second point. I could actually use the first point too. I could say y minus 6 is equal to something times x minus negative 6. So that'll be x plus 6. So let's try it again. Okay. So I need to find the slope. Well, how can I find the slope? Well, I can use a slope formula, right? Slope formula says y2 minus y1. Well, my second y is 3. My first y is 6. My second x is 3. My first x is negative 6. Oh, wait, minus negative 6. I can actually just write that as plus 6, right? So using the slope formula, 3 minus 6 is negative 3. 3 plus 6 is 9. If I use that fraction in either one of them, I'm going to be correct. But I need to simplify this. So I can go and use my calculator to simplify it. I get negative 1/3. So I can actually write either one of these. The slope will be the same. So I could write y minus 3 is equal to negative 1/3 x minus 3. That should work. Now it wants slope-intercept form of the line. So I could do this in a variety of ways. One way is what we did in the previous video, where we know our slope. We can use one of these points and use y equals mx plus b, and we can go and plug it in. And you're welcome to watch that video again if you're not sure how to do that. That's one way to do it. I'm going to do another method. And guys, the reason I'm doing multiple methods is not trying to confuse people. If that other way works for you and you're like, my brain's already on overload, well, then maybe skip this one. But I want to give you options. There's other ways to do this. Since I'm already in point slope form over here, there's a neat little technique we can use where if I solve this for y, I actually get the slope-intercept form version. So first thing we'll have to do is distribute the negative 1/3 to both of those. If we do that, we get negative 1/3 x, and negative 1/3 times negative 3 can be a little bit tricky, but it's positive 1. So I have y minus 3 is equal to negative 1/3 x plus 1. Again, if this is like, no, too much, we'll do the other way then. We've done this in a different problem, right? You know the slope is whatever you got, and then you can use one of the points and do the y equals mx plus b thing. It's in the other video. So now to get y by itself, I have that minus 3, so I'll just add 3 to both sides. And I'll add 3 here. So I get y is equal to negative 1/3 x plus 4. The cool part is I could have done either one of these and it works. Check this out. Do this one in blue. If I distribute the negative 1/3 this time, I get negative 1/3 x minus 2. And I have y minus 6, because 1/3 times 6 is 2. So then I add the 6 to both sides. Negative 2 plus 6 is 4. We get the exact same thing. And if I went back and did the y equals mx plus b version where I dropped the numbers in, it works the same. Let's see, graph the equation using point slope form. So now I have to work backwards, right? Now I have to work backwards from the equation to figure out the information that went into the equation. Well, just like we normally do, right? Like for this last one here, they gave us 3, 3, and we wrote negative 3 and negative 3, right? This time, we see a 2 with the x and a 5 with the y. They both have a minus in front of them, so that means that 2 with the x turns into positive 2, and that 5 with the y with the minus in front of it turns into positive 5. So the first thing I want to do is go to 2, 5. 2 in the x, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in the y. I just have to figure out the slope. Oh, the slope is that number right there, right? M is equal to 1/2. So all I got to do, go to that point, 2, 5. 2 in the x, 5 in the y. Up 1 over 2. All right. We have not seen one like this before. Write an equation of the line in point-slope form that passes through the given points in the table. Then write the equation in slope-intercept form. So it's going to be similar to what we did before. And I can go in here and I can pick any 2 points you want. And then it's just like another problem we've done. So I'm just going to pick the first 2 points. 15, 155. 20, 190. So now if I'm doing this, I've got my x's in the first column, my y's in the second column. I can do y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. So 190 minus 55, I believe that is 45. 20 minus 15, I believe, is 5. 45 divided by 5 is 9. So we know that m is equal to 9.
Let's read it.
What happens if I use one of these? Is it fun? Oh, right. It's this guy. What's this one do? Woo! Alright, I don't want to use that. And then this one. Oh, that's actually kind of nice. I think I'll use that one here. So then I can pick either one. It doesn't matter which one you pick. But we want point slope form. So that's the one where that's the easy one, right? Where it's y minus the y value. I'll pick this second one here. Is equal to our m, which is 9, times x minus 20. So y minus, notice how I'm writing these out by hand before I go and I type them in. For me, it really, really helps. It prevents me from making silly mistakes. The point slope form. What did I do wrong? Okay. So I legit did this. Like, I'm not playing right now. Write an equation of the line in point slope form that passes through the given points in the table. Then write an equation, simplify your answer, type the equation. Use integers or fractions for any numbers in the equation. Okay. So I used 190 for the y. I used 20 for the x. I must have made a mistake with my slope. Let me look again. 190 minus 155. So I'm going to go back to my calculator. 190 minus 150. Oh, is it 35? It's 35. Oh.
35.
So that makes this 35. 35 divided by 5 is 7. All right, so this should be a 7 now. So, all right. Now I've got to find slope-intercept form. So that should be a 7 here. All right, so slope-intercept form, all we got to do is, if you notice what we did on the previous one, if you just distribute here, this one's actually pretty simple. Y minus 190. 7x. 7 times 20 is 140. And then I'll add the 190 to both sides, and we're done. 140 plus 190. Well, negative 140 plus 190. That's going to be 50, right? So I could say it's y is equal to 7x plus 50. 50. All right. The cool thing is it doesn't matter which points we use. But again, if you don't like this method, you can use the y equals mx plus b, plugging in the point. We had already found the slope was 7. It'll totally work. It always works. All right, and so now we're on to our last part. So I'm going to stop the video there and then come back for part 3.